Beautiful people, welcome back. This is me, of course, your girl Matilda from Quacha Tribe. Now, I wanted us to talk about doing your books as a small business. Sometimes when you start out your business or before you even start your business, you read about, the struggles of small businesses, of SMEs, or they don't do their books. And I remember, at least for me, I would see that I don't see how not doing books does it like make sense to somebody. Why would someone not do their finances? And so when you are outside looking in, or before you actually become an entrepreneur, you're like, I don't get why someone wouldn't do their books. But when you get in, you will understand why people don't do their finances, why people don't get their books audited. It's a whole thing. And sometimes when you're actually on the ground, a genuine reason, at least for me, was, oh, I'm busy, or how much does it cost again to get books audited? And you see the prices, you're like, what? Excuse me? And so you decide to put it off, and then you say, okay, let me use that money to actually improve the product or advertise the product. Because let's face it, when you advertise, you will get, the return on your investment. You will get sales and you will get more business. And that's what we always want. And then you find that you keep pushing it to the back, like, oh, I'll do my finances later. Let me keep pushing the sales, which is, a good thing, until it's too late. You are 2 years down the line and you've got no finances, you've got no audited books, and then business comes in. What do? Because there's certain businesses that if you want to actually be competitive and win a certain deal, you have to have audited books like on standby for your business. And I will tell you that I have lost business because of that. My books were not ready in good time. And so I didn't get that business. And so now I learned that when you're supposed to do something, do it that time before it's too late, because it does really help a lot. And so when we actually did get around to, like, now we're putting our books in order and doing our finances and getting them audited, there's certain benefits that I've picked up and I've seen why it makes sense. And I'm not just saying the textbook why, I mean, in reality, why. Okay, the first thing I'll tell you is it helps you track and know all your business transactions. Now, don't get me wrong and think like, oh, Matilda is going crazy or something. Not the small little details, like, when you bought what on which date. That would be too much, at least for me. But the general stuff, the big general stuff. You're able to know what your expenses look like, what your income was in a particular year, and what your profit can be, because you can generally give an explanation or a story about your business in a year because you know your finances, right? And this will be so beneficial for you too, because you're able to now say, oh, this is what we spent in this year, this is what we're doing, and things of that nature. And what has also been very, very helpful after doing our finances and after seeing the audited books and getting feedback from the auditors, you find that when you want to do your financial planning, it's a whole different ballgame. It's so much better. You have more understanding and you know the order in which you're supposed to do stuff. One thing I've seen about getting your books done is it also helps you see whether you are being compliant with the standard of your business and what you're doing and your industry compliance, all those things. Sometimes when you're doing something, you think like you're doing it the right way until somebody from outside gives you a check, like, that doesn't make sense. Yes, we get why you're saying that, but the standard is this standard. You're way over here and you need to get over here. And so you are able to get this feedback from auditors, and they are able to advise you as well to say, you need to put this in order, you need to check this, you need to watch out for this. And it's just like being self-aware, where you get feedback from people or you get feedback about your product. But in this case, you get feedback about your finances and you are informed about what you need to do, where you need to check, what tabs you need to tighten, and all those things. So I have really benefited from it, and I know you will too. Now, the other thing that actually prompted us to do our finances was because we always want to be ready to get a loan. I know, it sounds ridiculous, and I'm not the biggest fan right now about getting loans unless I absolutely will need a loan. But we always have to be ready. In Zambia, because, okay, not just in Zambia, we hear these things that SMEs don't have their books in order, SMEs are difficult to understand, they can't tell you what their numbers are, they can't tell you their business. It's like they just do it on the go. Because we want to be different types of businesses, the businesses that actually outlive us and live for years and years and have firm foundations. We say we're going to do the right thing at the right time, even though it's hard, right? And so that's what we're all about. So when we actually decided to do that, we said we want to have our books in order so that should a time come that we need to get a loan, we are able to supply all this information without even having to stress. I mean, I've seen situations where a loan can take you up to 3 to 6 months just to secure, in which case I don't even know if that was even like if the loan will answer your request because time has elapsed. But when you have your books in order, you put the necessary policies, you do all the necessary work, it becomes way much easier. You can be done with your loan application in less than a month. And I was doing some investigations. I think if you have everything in order, tops would be 2 weeks. And so that's what actually also encouraged us to make sure that our books are in order. And so that's what we've been trying to do. And a bonus tip is if you want to have like difficult conversations about money and also strengthen your relationships in the business, do your books, get them audited because you're going to have difficult conversations. I mean, when there's money on the table, things get particularly interesting. And so when you actually decide to do your finances, for instance, we've had to face situations where we held each other accountable. There's a lot of transparency that has to take place, and then you kind of improve your trust in each other because you say, what about this? And somebody explains. And so it builds a relationship and then it strengthens a team. And so these are the things that are found to be beneficial for all of us in small businesses to actually get our books done. Now, if you want to get your books done too and you don't know where to go, you can use the accountants that I use. Click the link in the description box below and I will give you all the information you need. They're affordable and you will not regret it. So guys, this is what we're all about, making sure we grow together, we improve together. It's not going to happen overnight, but of course it's a step in the right direction. So happy auditing. Bye bye.